Too bad, because they'll be up higher. I think I'll be able to see where the trees roll.
You'll probably be able to hit something
Yeah.
to the trees a little bit.
Because that's the area that's also, I think, has the high bulrushes and cattails are real thick in there. Yeah, see people, I always hear about, they put like, because of refrigeration, they could like put little dead animals in there and then come back later and eat them.
Oh yeah.
See, like,
Put my hand in a hole to figure things out.
I mean, there's a little mini cave right above you where something can crawl up and live in there. Or they probably stuffed a fish in there. Who knows? There's something up in there. I see it.
Yeah.
It's like an orange peel, or what is that? Right back, yeah, right back there. Yeah, but past the rock, there's something green. Or orange. See it? Yeah, it's right. You went right over the top of it. There it is. You just touched it. Yeah, I see a bottle in there too, or something. That's weird. Yep. Check this out, getting in there easy. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's traveling from the top. You can see the trail coming down to the top of it. Yeah, we were on that ridge line there. See the rocky bluff right there?
Yeah.
Me and my son were standing on it, looking down to those three caves. You can see all three openings perfectly. See that light brown ridge? That's actually it's a rise. It's like the top of the hill's been chopped off and you walk up it. And then on either side are the real tall hills. And we're looking down and I go, my son goes, yeah, 2 caves. And I go, no, 3. He goes, yeah, they're huge.
That's huge.
They're gonna, you know damn well they could bed down in there right now. You'd never know they're in there.
Oh, they could be there right now watching us.
Yeah, they could be in there now. In fact, that could be where the whistle came from.
Yeah, it sounded like it came from this way. Right here.
I'm just surprised, because going that way, if you go about 1/2 to 3/4 of a mile that way, there's a lake. There's a pond that they used for, when they were strip mining, they had an aquifer, and it flooded. And it's probably...
They got water source, they got food source, they got
Well, you've got the creek over here. You got the creek right by I.M. Canal. They got the canal right where we park.
This is so perfect.
Oh yeah, this is where I first had my bluff charge. Is in this area. Only I wasn't walking through Phragmites. I don't like doing that.
Yeah, you never know what you're running into.
Yeah, I mean you got to use a machete and you got to hatchet your way through. Look at this draw here. It walks into these little what I call box canyons or draws. Here's another one here. It just ends in a big, just basically slotted canyon. And it trails up to the right between those 2 hills and goes into the other section.
Yeah, up here's where you get the fall. Bet you amount of money. Alright. See all the pine up there and everything?
Yeah, yeah.
The thickness it was up there.
That's probably where I heard the whistle came from,
yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could still be up there, or I mean, we got close. You just what I call fell back to another spot.
Yeah.
He fell back to God knows in one of these other big hills. Yeah, he's.
There was something I couldn't believe that. Got a call and I was like, holy shit! Right here in broad daylight and everything else. We're getting a fucking
Well,
call.
because they're safe and nobody comes back here during the day except the teenagers, and you know they're bringing beer and pot.
Yeah, they're not paying attention to anything.
You know, they don't care, and they're watching them, and they're making all that noise, and they're making noise, and they don't hear the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, yeah, we could be dialed in here and probably still have a hard time hearing them.
They're going to town over that way.
Yeah, they're alerting.
Yeah, that's not the rough stuff. That's over that way. They're a little bit far away from them to be making an alert call. I gotta look at this. It was at night time.
Oh, can you imagine looking into the Phragmites with flare at night? Is that deer?
Yeah.
Sure enough, well, they got, look at the cloven hoof on that one is spread open.
I know.
Maybe we got goat man out here.
Might snicker about it, but
Yeah,
it'd be a shocking seen that. It's a big.
Yeah, yeah. See a furry thing with horns.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah, you got goat man. Now we just need Mothman to show up.
Yeah.
I think it's way up there. It's hear it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I've heard it from a distance, and it turned out to be a little trickle like that. Just like a glass full dropping down off the rock.
It's getting mud this one.
You feel the humidity? I do.
Oh, it's got it right here.
It's got to be right over there.
Yeah, it is. It's coming right down through the trickle here. Moving down this area. You're getting a lot of mud down this way.
It's saturating it.
So, yeah.
Let me see if I can go up this hill without falling. I think I may be able to view it from up here. Turned out to be a swimming pool size lake, I'll tell you. Oh, it's like a grotto. See that rock wall?
Yeah.
It has a waterfall coming straight down, and it's got like a pond underneath it.
I thought that's what we were running through.
It's pretty substantial. It's like if you turned both your faucets on at home.
That's over there.
Yeah, it's right here at the base of this wall. Like a herd of something is living in the middle of these Phragmites. I'm going to say because of this fresh water, these are deer, and they walk in. It's flooded right here. It's flooded all the way out to here, back to there. I want to say 35 to 40 feet out from the wall. It's all flooded. Yeah. If you could walk up here without falling, but I don't think you'd make it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm coming down. Spread wide. Looks like an old footprint right there.
Let's see where.
See right there? It's all shaped that way, the way it's cracked, the soil.
Oh, yeah, see. It's just
There's a coyote track there.
Uh-huh.
Right here, too. Yeah, let's see.
around looking for food.
Here's where you'll see where it starts. We can actually, this is where the deer are walking in. Here's where the path in the Phragmite begins. Just follow the big fella. He's probably bedded down there right now. He walks in right here. You'll see where the trail begins.
Oh, he's a big buck.
Yeah.
He's a big buck.
Oh, it's all flooded here, so be careful.
Yeah.
But he walks in. See where it's broken up there?
Yeah.
They're walking in there, and then in the middle, it's a big flattened island of Phragmites where it's all flattened.
Oh.
And that's where they're
That's where they're going. Huh?
That's where they're bedded
Here's his
down.
Trail going right straight in.
Yep.
That's where he went.
Shit, man, this is flood. You can smell the water. I mean, the frogs got to go nuts back here. He's doing frog gigging during the summer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you could.
Imagine the frogs.
Oh, big ones.
They'd have to be a little muddy back there, but for life. That is cool. I've never remember seeing that before.
A little oasis back there?
Yeah, I never saw that. I mean, I probably didn't hear the water running, or maybe it wasn't running. We've had all
way
that.
back over there. Way back over there. I heard it running.
Yeah.
That big buck's been around, boy. Look at this. See that big tree right there?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. It was right in front of this our way more, and it just darted in there.
So where those trees are growing up the side to the big ones on top there, it was right on the edge of that tree line?
Yeah,
It
and
darted.
it darted right on in there. It was just a fast little, like something got up, and it darted. That's what caught my eye. I was looking at you over this way, we were talking, and all of a sudden I seen the dark movement get up and move.
That's cool. That's cool. I think it was a deer?
No, it was too dark. I think it was a squash. I think it was a squash.
Well, that's cool. They always seem to be a step ahead of us. Well,
We didn't even see anything over there though.
no, I wasn't really concentrating on the bluffs on the right side more than I was over here to where we were closer.
Right, right.
But right over there, that's where we saw it. That's why the backwards hat is hopefully going to catch something. I turned my camera back on when you were telling the story. I turned it off.
I seen something at the corner of my eye. It moved. I couldn't say
He was
exactly
probably
the
listening.
spot where it was at.
He was listening to your deer story, going, "Oh, I know what deer he's talking about."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, now look at the front of that hill. See how it's all brushed and full of trees up on top,
Yeah.
and then it descends down back there. So whatever's up there, he's still up there watching us, or it fell
It
back,
descended down, I bet you.
sat down. Well, I've had Squatch
It's
do
a
that.
fast movement. It's a fast movement.
See, those are similar to the hills I've seen the coyotes on too. This peak in this whole area, which is right behind it.
Yeah.
So if it fell back to that big peak, well then, we're not going to be able to get close to it.
That's where it would have went.
I want to walk over there now, look for tracks.
That was a quick move. That was a quick move.
Might find tracks though, you never know. But you got to circumvent all these phragmata, see where the tree line is?
Yeah.
And come bend that way.
Well, I can tell you right now, my back's not going to make it over that way.
Well then, that's cool. We can go back. We can go back to the truck and do our thing, you know. Walk back the way we came. Like I said, I don't know, we get out to the tracks.
This is something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool back here.
This is something. You've got your brake right up there to the 7. I can't believe it.
The 7, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Maybe that she was with the little one, or that is the little one.
Could be.
Because the little one doesn't have to be that little. Think about it.
True.
You know, when their 7-year-olds are like 6 foot tall.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That could have been something like that. And
I just wanting to see a head pop up. You can never turn your head around fast enough.
that's just it.
Well, think about it. If we walked in and we thought we heard a noise over here, it could have been him bouncing that noise across these hills because it's an echo. So then he's way over there surveilling us, and we're way the hell over here. He's watching us walk the whole perimeter, and then when we finally got close to where he was, then he made a noise, or he moved.
Yep.
But see, if you're standing over here,
And that's what he was whistling about.
you can see right there where he would have been.
God, Don, you're clever.
Well, I'm thinking like a sneaky bastard. I'm thinking, you know, if I want to surveil you, if you're walking in this shallow, what I call kettle, it's basically a kettle. You're in, and it's surrounded by hills. If I'm walking the inside rim of the kettle, which is over here, and I want to surveil you, and I'm special forces, I want to be on the high ground over there, watching you down. So then, by the time I start to approach you, whether I'm walking straight through or I'm walking around the edge, flanking you, you get to a point where you go, okay, that's close enough, and then you just say, I'm going to drop back.
Yep.
And you saw him dropping back, basically.
That's what it was.
He's sitting there, and he goes,
When we were here, you heard that whistle. I heard that whistle. You heard it too.
yeah, I heard it.
It returned from your whistle, but I thought it was here.
I think it bounced it off
It
the,
bounced it off there. That's
yeah.
what was confusing me.
I think it sort
And
of,
it was watching us.
their call echoed, because when I made the call, it didn't really echo back here.
Right.
But I think if he called this way, and it not necessarily, he probably was answering me. That is crazy.
That is.
Cool.
Right through here would be a good spot right here.
Yeah. We'll just have to figure out where the best spot is that we can, or good spot to deploy. Also up there is a good spot too.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Mud. Yeah. See, there's a trail right here. I'm going to take a look and
That's the first area I thought, wasn't it?
this is this is the second. The first one I think was back there. Oh, look at right here. looking like it's an entrance to their world. See this tree bend, that arch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. Then you walk up here, and it's like a walkway, a stairs going right up here. And then there's a deer bone, or there's a bone. Conceal on this side of the hill, that can conceal on this ridge as they're walking over the top of us, or over on the other block. Something crashed. Hear that? Cool. Yeah, I think you'll like this. I think we can still walk around those boulders after we set up here. If we have time, we can walk over to those boulders and just sort of like surveil, look at, maybe there's something in there before, you know, on this side of the caves where that was it. Hear it again. Hear the crash? It's right over here. I'm going to say squirrels dropping nuts in the leaf litter, but it sounds too.
It could be.
It's like
could be deer.
It's like a thump, like a deer jumping up or a deer walking.
But I don't think so.
Look at the white quartz.
Uh-huh.
I think that's got white quartz in it. And that's sort of funny that arch is a indicator to this area. That was it. Hear it again. Hear the crash? It's right over here. I'm going to say squirrels dropping nuts in the leaf litter, but it sounds too.
It could be.
It's like
could be deer.
It's like a thump, like a deer jumping up or a deer walking.
But I don't think so.
Look at the white quartz.
Uh-huh.
I think that's got white quartz in it. And that's sort of funny that arch is a indicator to this area. That's where I signed it. Magical deer.
This is what we'll call right here.
Yeah. It's not that far of a walk with a backpack for any of us, I don't think.
No.
I'd say it's as easy as your area.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I picked an area that was flat. I don't want to take you to like steep hilly terrain where you're busting your ass and falling and hurting yourself.
Yeah. Wear yourself thin.
Yeah, see that 7. Where is it? Where did I see that 7? Is it back there? There it is. Isn't that it right there? Or did I think we walked past it.
I think we did.
Yeah, it's got to be back there. Oh, are you paying attention?
Right through the world.
Yeah, that little archway was like, yeah, this is a cool area for them. They probably pinned it so they could hunker down. A little mini bend right there. See the trail going up over the log?
Yep.
Let him get along. I don't want to. If it's somebody and it's their private property and they're trespassing us, I don't want to be found. Yeah, he's probably not supposed to be here either. Yeah, that's why I was like, he dropped off at night. Nobody's back here at night. And during the day, we could just be hiking through here like anybody else during the day. Flowers are coming out.
Oh, he's gone now. Yeah, everybody's gone now.
Yeah, I believe that 7 was down there, right where we took a left. It's on the right side. Yeah, it's sort of like right where we left the trail and went off trail.
I'll talk to her now while we got some time.
Hey, go ahead. Nice and cool in here now.
it's still out here. Did you see some of the... No. What's that? It was a movement at the corner of my eye. Like it got up and it was on a hill and left.
We heard the whistles too.
We heard the whistles.
Whistles we heard.
Are you guys going back up the hill?
No, right now we're going to head back to the car and probably go out to eat or something.
Oh, Dash say that's a good day, babe. Good day.
Yeah. He's treating me because
Back up there or looking at some nighttime stuff or what?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. We're coming out here at night. Definitely. Matter of fact, real soon. Going to have to come out here real soon. There's a lot of activity in this area.
Yeah, I got my bluff charge out here, Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my bluff charge out here, Victoria. So I'm coming back after since 78, and been ongoing since 1978 right here. So it's been great. Nice stripped leaner, laid right in there. Quite interesting.
I mean, really, this is not from the ridge. It's laid like that.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
It's inserted right in.
People walk by these things, they don't even think about it.
No, they don't. Nobody. I mean, I walked by it for decades and never really. I was just like up to dum walking down the trail, having a, ho hum. Not really before even cell phones. It was just look straight ahead. Yeah, it looks pretty cool here. You go over that ridge, and then there's another one behind it, and then there's another one behind that. It just goes on forever like that. So they can be military strategy. They have here. Look at the coyote dog tracks, coyote tracks right there. Yeah, they're in here. See, where I had my bluff charge was way up there in those woods. You continue, there's a trail on the top of this ridge. Well, you go past this ridge line, it sort of dips down a little, and there's a trail that keeps going that way. And I went in, and there's some woods back there, and I was walking in there with my dog before I got to the strip mine area, and something just came crashing behind these huge trees. Big giant oak pushing the branches up. He stuck this in the mud.
I was just thinking, look at
They do that shit. They stuck, that didn't grow here. It's just stuck in the mud. That's where I crossed. That's probably what it was.
I didn't get a visual of it because it was just...
Oh, I want to get this sign. I want to get the sign again.
Oh.
Get it on my camera. This is what we're looking at, guys. We found this, which I thought was peculiar. It's like a sign was made. I don't know if a human being did this, but they piled up a bunch of rocks and then put a big dead tree branch on the bottom of it to make it appear as though it reminds me of a street sign being pushed over on the road. But this is on the side of the tracks with all the railroad gravel being piled in front of it. So tell me what you think, guys. I have 2.5 hours of video I think I'm going to have to screen through. Something going on there, so I hope you saw something.
I know I saw something. I know I saw something.
Look at these arches and the breaks everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking huge arch.
It is.
There's bigger ones than that. You look to your right, you'll see even bigger ones way back there. Yeah, there's X's. There's a big bend. See the big bend over here, the big arch to your right.
Right over here.
Huge one. There's lanes and X's and just a lot of. They like to manipulate shit in here.
Yep.
See, look at this was standing for a long time. Something just decided to push it over. Could have been a person, but
Or
you never know.
Wind or something like that too. Somebody was chopping on it.
Yeah, you could see they were chopping on it. Yeah, look at back there. That's where that wallow area I was talking about.
Yeah.
There's another bend way over there. See it? It's a big one.
I see this one here.
Yeah, and it continues going to the ground.
They're incredible.
They do some crazy stuff.
They're incredible.
Hell, if I wasn't back here doing this now, I'd be back here morel hunting.
Yep. That's where people usually have their accidental sightings too.
Yeah, it's the mushroom hunters that,
You know why?
the hunters in period.
No, because Sasquatch likes the mushrooms too.
Oh yeah, they're doing exactly just like when you're hunting. There's, right over here, there's like two, actually three of them.
Yeah.
There's this one here, and then there's this giant lean, and then there's this third bend here.
Yep.
But see, I was going to take you back there. You need to look at that suspended tree. The tree was broken down, and it's got several bows or arches trapped underneath it.
Right here, the arches, yeah.
You see all the arches trapped underneath it?
Yep. That's not nature.
Yeah, and they're little, you know, they're little saplings that are about, you know, 8 or 10 feet tall, but they've been all bent over underneath it. And that thing goes, that's what, about, I want to say 70 feet long? 65, 70 feet long tree. Was just bent over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely them. Ooh.
Oh, you got it. They're here.
Yeah, there's bends. There's arches everywhere where you look. There used to be, I used to notice them rarely, and now I see them everywhere I look.
Well, so you used to, now you know what to look for. Before hunting, I was like, really, you know. When I deer hunting, I probably came across a bunch of evidence, you know, but I never paid attention.
Look at the May-apples growing way off in the distance. It looks like white.
Oh, yeah.
That's the May-apples just like you've got here, but it's the sun reflecting off it. It's a funny thing how light plays tricks on your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Especially out in the woods.
Yeah, see now if the sun was hitting these tops from a distance, that would look like water.
Uh-huh.
I used to find morels even growing under these things.
I was looking around for morels. I didn't see them. Don't think I was in a